Hey guys, it's been 4 months that I haven't had sugar and I want to talk about it. Hey guys, this is Andy with Mindset Matters More, and I would like to talk about my sugar journey because September 1st, I realized that I couldn't eat sugar anymore. I realized that every time I had sugar, I wanted more sugar, 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 sugar. And I did a whole thing about how much sugar I was eating unknowingly. It was something ridiculous, like over a pound of it or something. And I was like, this cannot continue. And so I gave up sugar. But I mean, have I had sugar since then? Yes, but unknowingly, unwittingly, and not really knowing what I was doing when I set off on this no sugar journey. So, what does that mean? Okay, how can you unknowingly have sugar, right? Well, let me talk about what I had planned and what I really thought I was going to do versus the reality of the past 4 months. So, when I started this journey, I was like, all right, white sugar gone, done, the end, never gonna touch it. But the other thing that came up was, okay, added sugars in all of the food because quite frankly, as, like why the fuck is there sugar in beans? Why? I don't get it. That to me like blew my fucking mind that there was sugar in my beans. Okay, enough of that. But I was like, all right, I'm going to limit any sugar content in any of the prepared foods that I have to anything less than 2 grams per serving because sugar is unavoidable, right? It's a carb, it's in foods, it's in fruits and veggies and shit like that. So whenever I have anything that's going to have sugar, it's going to have less than 2 grams of sugar. And then but you know what? I'm still gonna have fruit and veggies because I love those things and they're natural and it's not white sugar, it's not processed and blah 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 blah. So what happened? And the other thing is sometimes like you just have a habit of getting certain foods at places that you just don't realize, oh shit, that has sugar on it until after you eat it. And you're like, oh, so have I had surprise sugar in my food? Yes. Like, for instance, Thanksgiving, I was eating this pear salad that had a pear vinaigrette. So it was already kind of sweet because of the fruit, but it also had walnuts in it. And after I ate a few bites, I asked the hostess, I was like, "Oh, are these walnuts candied?" And she was like, "Yeah, aren't they delicious?" I'm like, "Oh shit." Like, things like that have happened to me. So I don't want to say I've had a zero sugar over the past 4 months because that would be a fucking lie. But at the same time, I have avoided it at all costs. I have denied myself cookies, cakes, candies. I have been offered, even for my birthday, somebody got me a fucking chocolate cake, and I was like, "Oh my God. Ugh, I gotta say no to this." And I felt so rude. Like, I felt so bad. But you know what? They don't have to live in my body. I do. And I know what sugar does to me, so I had to say no. So, what else have I had to do? I've also had to take a look at fruits more recently because I was eating an apple a day. Digestion purposes. It's delicious. When I come home after a hard workout, having an easy carb, boom, have an apple. Well, let me tell you, those apples still send me on a frenzy, so I had to cut out that fruit. Can you believe it? I mean, weirdly enough, I don't have the same response with bananas, but apples, for some reason, like I just want more, 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 more. So I cut that out. And then finally, more recently, I actually figured out I have to cut out MSG. Like, I know there's a lot of people out there who are hardcore MSG fanatics and people who are like, oh, it's not addictive or, it's not harmful, blah, blah, blah. But I found for me that whenever I have foods that have MSG and then monosodium glutamate, that I just want to eat more, that something in my brain chemistry is like, keep eating, keep eating, keep eating. So I even went to the store and I was looking at different potato chips that have MSG because I like a little potato chip here and there. And so I got some Cape Cod chips and I had like maybe like 4 or 5, and I didn't feel like I had to finish the whole fucking bag. I was like, that's, new to me because if I have a Dorito, I'm eating the family size fucking bag. This party bag, Costco size bag, I'm eating the whole fucking thing. But with Cape Cod chips that don't have MSG in them, or at least they're not listed on the ingredients list of the one I got, I was fine with only having a few. So I've realized that there are some foods that just impact me psychologically, and so I've had to eliminate them. Now, again, shit has just popped up in my life that I have realized, like, oh, actually, towards the beginning of this whole adventure, I remember I took my daughters out to breakfast to IHOP and I ordered a pancake. Like, I got my omelet and I got one pancake. And so I eat the pancake and I'm like, oh shit, that's sugar. That's a lot of sugar. Okay. I guess that was dumb. But it was like it didn't even dawn on me that I was eating sugar. Like, yeah, I'm not stupid. I know, but like it's just I'm not thinking about it. So I had to become very conscious of what I'm doing, very aware about the food, the drinks, the everything that I'm ingesting in my body and its sugar content. Even to the point where like I buy like pure chocolate, so it has like 1 gram of sugar in it per serving. And I was in Arizona and my cousin had offered me a piece of chocolate that had 3 grams. And as I just said earlier, my limit is 2 grams per serving. And she was like, oh no, this has 3 grams in it, so you can't have it. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like it for me, it was like, the the support was amazing. But the fact that like I've set a limit for myself and that's my limit and I'm done. Anything above and beyond that, it's kind of unavoidable. Like I have found that trying to find anything that is below 2 grams of sugar is really challenging. But I feel fine after I eat it. I feel good. I feel like I don't have to eat the whole fucking thing. But anything above that is just like, I don't know, my body's like eat, 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 eat. So for me, this whole 4 months has been an experiment. Well, not an experiment, a lifestyle change that has really helped me to align myself with not only what I want for my body, but also what I want for myself in like general, the way that I want to feel, the way that like my brain works. And finally, to wrap all of this up, some things that are just unavoidable. Like you cannot go to a restaurant and be like, "Hey, can you give me like the sugar content of this?" Because obviously chefs cook a different way than I do. Even portion sizes are going to be different, but for the most part, I look for things that aren't sweetened. I look for things I don't have desserts when I'm out. Like last night, for our anniversary dinner, we wound up going to Capitol Grill. Like, I don't know what the fuck is gonna be on their steak, but I'm gonna assume it's not sugar, especially if I'm not getting like a balsamic glaze or something like that. So I got a steak, I got some asparagus, and I got a Caesar salad. Like, could it have sugar in it? Possibly, but the amount of sugar in it isn't gonna be like, oh, I'm eating a fucking piece of creme brulee cheesecake, which, by the way, they gave us at the end of our meal. And at the end of the meal, I was like, oh, thank you. And like my husband, of course, ate it because I was not going to touch it. And when the waiter came back, he was like, oh, did you have any? And I was like, oh, no, I can't eat it. And he was like, oh, that's too bad. He's like, oh, you can't even have the fruit. And I was like, yeah, no, but my husband enjoyed it. So that's all that matters because the fruit was covered in a compote, which obviously is going to have sugar. So, point is that these past 4 months, wow, have been amazing. Like, I don't feel bleh anymore after eating. I don't feel tired, lethargic, like all these things that the sugar was doing to me just are non-existent. I don't crave it. I don't want it. Like, I even look at, like, I have a bag of nerds here, like, right, that are my husband's. and they just do not look good to me. They just do, like, it says sweet and gummy inside, tangy and crunchy outside. It just does not look appealing to me whatsoever, which is a fucking win. Okay, guys, that's all I got for today. Love you guys. Bye.